Welcome to the No Budget Indie Filmcast, where we dip in the independent film universe to highlight those little films that you might not have heard about elsewhere. Will you agree with our panel? Or will our panel agree with each other? Tune in to find out. I am Milo Dennison, and with me, as always, is Claire Milan
Hello.
and Cathal Feeney.
Hello.
All right, Claire, what did we watch this week?
So this week we sat down to watch a short film called The Cook. It's written and directed by Vincent Bossel, and it's starring Guillermo Sobiran. And it is a film. It's set in or centered around a chef, and it's set in a professional restaurant. And it has this cinematography of him showing him chopping up stuff like a grape and little flowers and stuff, and putting together a really fancy dish. And it kind of reminds me a little bit of The Menu, if anyone saw The Menu, the film. And then there's a bit of a twist in it. I don't know if I want to spoil the twist. There's a bit of a twist, and he's not really in the restaurant. Spoiler alert. Mm-hmm. He's actually smoking a joint. So the restaurant part is all an illusion. But it's quite a very short film. It's only like over 3 minutes long. And again, it did remind me of that film, The Menu. I don't know if you saw The Menu, which I highly recommend if anyone hasn't seen it. It is brilliant film. But just I loved that this film was the cinematography, the music, the acting, the whole anticipation. You're kind of thinking, oh, this is interesting. It's kind of done slightly in slow motion, and he's just chopping up stuff that's like a grape and some other bits and pieces.
An herb.
Yes, a herb. It looks like a herb. And it's just, and you're kind of thinking, wow, this is kind of interesting. Where is this going? And I didn't expect the transition in the end of him just smoking a joint in this bathroom. And he's looking at his hands. And I was trying to wonder what's the significance of that. Possibly that he can do more with his life. He's thinking he's kind of wasting his life, maybe his skills, maybe he was a chef. I think there's a few things you can read into, but I thought this was an amazing film. I watched it a few times because it's only over 3 minutes long. Just the whole cinematography of it was fantastic. It was shot, a lot of it was shot opened in the wide, and you really saw this really sterile looking kitchen, like a Michelin star kitchen, and then zooming into the chef and him chopping up the close-ups. It was, it's one film you can watch again and again and again. So what did you think of it?
Go ahead, Cathal.
Yeah, like it was amazingly shot. Like it looked brilliant. It looked really professional. Actually, the interpretation I would have taken of it is that he wasn't a chef, like that he was just some guy having a dream or a daydream of being a chef, and then when he comes out of it, he thinks, "Oh my God, maybe that's what I could be." You know, it was opening up this potential, a possibility. So in that respects, it's a kind of a feel good film in some ways because it's very optimistic. Like that, it's very brightly lit, and the music is sort of uplifting, and that's kind of it, really. Like it's sort of a dream sequence, and he wakes up from the dream. There's some, like, you could watch it again. You could probably pick things up from it. Like I did watch it again, and I don't know if you noticed at the end, there's a knock. And it could be the music. The music is doing that knock, but then it could be a knock at the door, like it's the door of opportunity, or maybe somebody else just wants to go to the toilet. I don't know if you noticed at the very end in the credits, special thanks to David Lynch, and I don't know if it's David Lynch or some other David Lynch, but I think I might use that in future, my own credits scene.
Yeah.
Special thanks to Steven Spielberg.
Because is it that he has to make it, or is it the fact he's an inspiration? Do you know the way?
Yeah, it's unclear. I mean, it's unclear. Is it the same David Lynch? Does he know David Lynch, or is he just thanking him for inspiring him? Who knows?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's a good idea. It isn't. I guess that is a good thing about the film, that you could take different interpretations of it. Because my thought was just like he was smoking it, and he was like, "Wow, this is like a really good blend of weed, like chef quality, nice blend. I'm getting super stoned, and kind of take from it." Uh, Though I do think like the film as a whole, he probably was just sitting around getting stoned, and he's like, I have access to this really fancy kitchen. I'm gonna just make this little short. And just popped in his head, and he's got knows the people or whatever. Because like you said, Carl, the credits are really long. There's a lot of people involved in this film. And like, what do you need all these people for? It's like basically just a couple, it's one person. We easily could have one person on the camera and lighting and stuff. But like, yeah, they sent it off to separate person did color, another person did all these different things, music and stuff, and you're like, really, I could probably shoot this in my own house, really, except for I don't have that fancy of a kitchen.
Like it wouldn't look as
Amazing,
good,
like the detail and the lighting, and I must see color grading as well, and it's kind of done
the color grading is really nice.
So it's I must see really impressive cameras they use. So I don't know what they used,
like you can tell the difference between that film and him, and a film that isn't of as high a quality. You can see it straight away. Even that last scene, like in the toilet, I thought at first when I saw it that he was in a prison. Actually, I thought he was in a prison cell or something like that. But obviously not, because you wouldn't have a plant on the windowsill and an ashtray, but it was very austere, the setting. Like even like the kitchen, there wasn't much there. It was just him and the few ingredients, and then even in the I just said, it looked really good. Like it looked really, that's the framing of that last scene looked really good. And he looks at his hands, and the way he looks at his hands, it makes it feel as if, this could be the hands of his chef. So
probably is a dream sequence. It is a dream sequence, I'd say. But yeah, it's like these hands could do a lot more in life than what he's doing.
Yeah. And we don't know what he's doing. We don't know what he's doing. Like, is he working in a hotel? Is he working in a kitchen? Is he somewhere else completely? It's just some revelation that came out of nowhere. Oh my God. Maybe that's
of course, because he's stoned, and then when he's no longer stoned, he'll be like, yeah, I don't know, but that'd be a lot of work, so I don't think I'm going to do that.
But even he's the same actor.
He's baked, and he's like, yeah, I could be a chef. Yeah.
Oh, he's probably going, oh my God, I've got hands.
I love when the chef goes and serves himself, because it is himself, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, oh my God, that's the same guy. So it's just such a great twist, because you don't think you don't know where it's going at first, So it's
it was a nice little twist, I guess.
Yeah, you totally ruined that film.
Sorry.
Yeah. He's just stoned, and he's having this trippy dream about cutting up grapes. Yeah, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Make of it what you will.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, well, review time, rating time. Carl, you want to go first? You want me to go?
Yeah, okay, I'll go first. Yeah, like it was very nice to look at, and it was a nice, positive, uplifting message, which I always love. I'll give it 4 stars.
Wow. Yeah, it was nicely shot. I mean, it was really beautiful, and they did great on the color correction and all that kind of stuff. But I don't know. It was just kind of like, it was too easy. It was too like, hey, I've got access to equipment. I'm going to make a little 3-minute short just for the fun of it. And it didn't, like that. The question is like, would I watch it again? And the answer is no. So I'm actually going to go 2.5 stars.
Low for this. Interesting.
Yeah.
So for me, I thought cinematography was amazing. It did remind me of an ad, actually, more than a short film. I wasn't absolutely blown away by it, so I can't give it 5 stars, unfortunately, but I'll give it 4 stars because it is beautifully shot, and I thought it was very clever, the little twist at the end as well.
Yeah, it just needed the little pop-up of like, get your sweet chef ganja today. Like, it's like an ad for a dispensary or something. And
oh no, you're the real cynic here. You know, I get all the flack, but you're
I'm not. I very rarely give low ratings, though. You give. I think you give much more low ratings than I do.
We'll see. We'll have to go back. We'll have to go back.
To count them.
Yeah.
Claire, I think, is the only one that's like the nice, optimistic one.
I mean,
She's
he's a
like,
glass half full
yeah,
person.
always supportive of filmmakers. All right, no budget audience, take a look at it. It's called what's it called? Weed? The Cook.
Yeah, is it?
It's called The Cook.
The Cook.
And you can always let us know what you think. Leave a comment, or you can always reach us on social media at the No Budget Show. And with that, we'll say see you next time and goodbye. Goodbye.
Bye.